The title says it all. I think I got a lot of you Nintendrones or Nintendo fanboys mad at me. And I was just stating my opinions, and I was stating some things off of legitimate facts. Like in previous videos, I was talking about how I wasn't interested in buying the Wii U console. I said that comfortability was my #1 reason. Somebody got mad at me for that. Well, here's what I said. I said that the right analog stick was on top of the controller. Nobody's has ever played a video game system like that before, and I already know you're not going to really play that for a long period of time, especially in a tablet shape factor. You're not. At least I'm not, even though I'm used to using regular tablets, but with an analog stick on there, what if I want to play a game like Call of Duty or something like that? Nobody has ever played with an analog stick on top, on the right side of the controller. You haven't, so stop saying you do. Like, I really think comfortability is going to be a problem. You got mad at me for my opinion? Nope, and that is a fact, for real. Nobody's ever played like that before. You got mad at me for that. And I also said that I really don't buy consoles when they first come out. I usually wait till later on. And that is usually a better time to wait till later on, just because the console will be a lot cheaper. They slim it down, and it's usually more efficient, will save on your electric bill, and it's going to save you money when you buy the console. And you got mad at me for that? You be on some girl shit. That's what fanboys do. They try to defend everything about their console or company that don't give a shit about them. And that's crazy as hell. They try to like their product or their console 100% when the company don't even give a shit about them, and they know they don't like their console 100%. So don't get mad when somebody shows criticism. I mean, we're just giving our opinions, and some of it's based off of legitimate facts. All right. I mean, you'll talk about games like, oh, what about games like Mario? What the fuck, dude? Or games like Zelda, Metroid, Donkey Kong, Star Fox. Look, I said I'm not interested in most of Nintendo's titles. I'm not. So why are you trying to force your opinions on me? I don't like that. You don't get mad at me because I don't like what you like. Alright? The only way you're going to make me like something that you like, you don't force your opinions on me. You'll be like, well, dude, why don't you just try this out? You don't be like, what the fuck, dude? No. You don't say shit like that. That's why I'm not interested. Because you're the one turning me off as a fucking fanboy. That's who turns me off. And I am interested in some of Nintendo's titles. Like, there's 2 titles that I like. One is Super Smash Brothers. I actually like the Super Smash Brothers, especially Melee on the GameCube. That was my favorite game of all time. See, my favorite game was on a Nintendo product from back in the day. And the other game that I like, and I don't hear about you Nintendo fans talking about this, and you're supposed to be calling yourself fans. I don't hear y'all talk about Pokemon. That's a title that I was interested in back in the day. I would actually still be interested in it today. But I kind of think I grew out of it, you know. But I would still play it, though, if I really felt like it. I mean, look, I got a Game Boy Color right here. This is what I used to play back in the day. I used to like Pokemon games on this thing. That's what made me interested in this handheld. That's what made me interested in handhelds, period. That's what made me interested in Nintendo, actually, was Pokemon. But you guys force yourself on other stuff. And the reason why I like Nintendo is because of, you know, there's always newer characters when there's a new version coming out. That's what it seems like to me. Sometimes they throw in old games and stuff like that, but it be enhanced graphics, and you know, it actually appeals to me. So that's what I wanted to throw in there. Now, people got mad at me about the comfortability of the Wii U controller. Let's get back to that. Now, I'm one of them people that like playing video games drunk or smoking a cigarette while I'm playing video games. You know, I could smoke a cigarette and hold the controller like this or something like that. You know, hold it like this, smoke a cigarette, or I could just hold it like that since I'm holding the Game Boy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, something like that. But anyway, you know, I want to be able to do that while I'm playing the game. And some people will tell you should wait till after. I don't want to do that. I want to drink while I'm playing the game too. They'll tell you, well, you shouldn't drink while playing the game. Your company didn't tell me that. So if your company don't tell me that, shut the hell up. Alright, just shut up. They didn't tell me that. They don't give a shit what I do after I buy the product. They got my money. It's plain and simple as that. And you still will fail to realize that as a fucking fanboy. You the ones who made me not like your products. And then you think Nintendo's all great and all that shit. Their specs could be better. I'm gonna be a critic. I'm gonna make you not like me. But I'm saying what I need to say. And if you get hurt from that, that's on you. Because you're a fucking girl. You got weak emotions. Anyway, though, I say that the specs could be better. I mean, it does not use a DVD player. How can you tell me they can't put money into specs? There's no way. I'm telling you, the PlayStation brand, well, Sony, and Xbox with Microsoft are going to have the same features that Nintendo has, and they're going to be attachments. So you cannot fucking tell me that they have not created this stuff all at the same time. They just wait until the company that is inferior puts it out there. If it does decent, then they're going to come out with a better form. But they've all made this years ago. So don't think that this technology is new. But anyway, about you know, the Wii U or the Wii, it might have sold the most units. It sold the most consoles out of the 360 and PS3. But what about usage wise and how many games sell on them systems? Games really don't sell on the Wii. That's what they did a statistics on. And usage. The Wii was the least used console. And you sell the most units, but you're the least used console. Something doesn't sound right here. That means you fanboys aren't really playing it, or the general public's not playing it. And I can tell you why the general public's not playing it. Because the general public like multifunctional devices. They don't like devices that just do one thing. And I know the Wii doesn't do just one thing, but you make it out to just doing one thing. You don't talk about Netflix or Hulu on there. You just talk about just gaming on there. Whereas people that have an Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3, they actually talk about, you know, features like the Blu-ray player, the DVD player, Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, you know, stuff that those two things do. See, there's more than one feature on that. And if you think that multifunctionality isn't a factor in today's society, look at devices like this, the smartphone and the tablet. You see how good they're doing? They sell so fast. They sell so great. They sell millions within a week. They do. I mean, think about it. They don't look at a smartphone as just a phone. They look at it as other things as well. They look at it as an MP3 player, a computer for internet browsing. Hell, it is a computer. You know, it's a handheld personal computer. That's what a smartphone and tablet are. That's what they are. But yeah, That's the reason why Nintendo is holding back on you guys. That's why I felt that Nintendo was holding back on you guys. They do need a multifunctional device that will get people back into their system. Plus, another thing, now gaming related, people want titles like Call of Duty, they want Madden, they want Grand Theft Auto, they want 2K, they want games like that. That's the games they want. The general public wants those. That's who determines the sales. That's what people still fail to realize. That's why Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 are still selling to this day. That's why they weren't the first console to leave out of this generation. That's why they didn't leave yet. They're still selling now. And they're pretty good products. It seems like you Nintendo fans still won't get that. So let's look at what I just said. You're still getting inferior products. You still, I mean, you don't have a DVD drive in your device. So there's no way that your specs should still be the same with the Wii U as the PS3 and 360. No way. It should be way better. That's my opinion. That's fact. I'm telling you right now. There's no way. And then you tell me the cost and shit. I don't want to hear that. Alright? Save that bull crap for later on. Anyway, guys. I'm tired of talking. I'm Trey Bone 777 and I'm out. Peace.